Hello everybody, it's been a little bit. I kind of took a break for a few days, decided to work on my portfolio for a bit, apply to some more jobs. Got back into painting miniatures and stuff again, which was nice. It was good to take a break from just playing games, and then also Avengers came out and I sat and played through the entire campaign. I said I was going to record that, but I decided to kind of just do it by myself and just enjoy it. Game's actually pretty fun. It's definitely buggy. I ran into quite a few just playing through the campaign, and the campaign is the least buggy part of the game. So I don't even want to know what's going on in the multiplayer, because apparently some people are having some real issues. But it's pretty fun. The story's good. It felt kind of jarring being thrown in between different characters sometimes, because you'd play 4 missions as, Iron Man or whatever, who is easily my favourite character out of all of them, playstyle wise. He's really fun, really enjoyable. You can literally deal with every enemy type in the game. And then you get thrown into a mission playing as Black Widow, or I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but Captain America. And then suddenly you have to play in a completely different playstyle that you've never played before, and you're put up against the toughest enemies in the game or whatever, and it's I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It was just kind of jarring, I guess. But it's fun. I feel like I'll enjoy playing some of those characters more if I spend some time just playing them in random open world missions rather than the structured linearness of the single player. But it's pretty good. I genuinely enjoyed it. The campaign's 10 to 12 hours long. It's a decent campaign, and then you've got all the side stories as well, which I haven't even really touched on yet. There's a SHIELD side story. There's one for each individual hero that you have currently. They'll have their own little small subplot things. And then you also have, I said SHIELD, and there's another faction that you meet at one point. And there's a questline with them as well. Then there's all the training stuff, which is not really a campaign, but it's extra stuff you can do as well, which has rewards and benefits to doing. So there's a lot in the game. It's just not as polished as you kind of expect from a AAA company, I guess. It feels like an early access title, basically. It's definitely fun. Just, if you're gonna buy it, I'd wait a little bit and pick it up later when everything's fixed and it's good. Because I did the, there's a challenge card thing. It's kind of like a season pass, but there's one for every single hero, and you get weekly and daily challenges to do to earn points to move it along. And there was a bug when I was playing where if you completed them, you just didn't get any progress or points for doing it. So I'm still missing 14 points or whatever on Iron Man that they've just not given me yet. Which is fun. They fixed the issue, but they just haven't actually refunded the points to everybody properly yet. Which is a little irritating. But yeah, today, WoW-wise, we're going to be running through gold farming, as it says in the title. Basically going to be doing the normal gold farming route, except I've just completely cut WoD out, and I'm now doing kind of my own take on just the Pandaria section of stuff. I've worked out kind of a route that will take me through everything really nicely. I'm hoping the music isn't super loud, by the way. It's a completely different playlist to what I usually put on. And I've messed around with the audio volumes again, because I've realised I was super loud in some of those older streams. I've turned myself down by 5 decibels or whatever. Not 5, 0.5 decibels. But yeah, I've worked out a route, which we've already started. I just wanted to hit straight into it as soon as we can, because then I can use the stream timer to work out how many instances I can hit. So the current plan is what we're doing now, and then we will run over to Valley of Eternal Blossoms, or whatever, the middle zone, run all of the LFR stuff. And then we'll go from there to Mogasham Vaults, and then to Heart of Fear, which should give us somewhere close to like 10,000 gold, which is, you know, a pretty good amount to earn in an hour. And then I can run this whole route again on 3 other characters. So today alone I should be able to make 40,000 gold just doing this. In 4 hours, which is nice. I don't know if I'll do all of that on stream. Definitely do this run, and then I kind of want to go and do the last of some of my rep grinding I've been doing. Because I've been logging in every now and again and just hitting all the Burning Crusade, like dungeon reps, just to get closer to that 100 rep amount before Shadowlands comes out. And I think I'm almost at 40 now. I think I've got like 38 reps or something like that. Which is pretty nice. 37, actually. Well, be 38 today, because probably going to be finishing on a hold, because we only have to get 46 reps, so 1 dungeon. And I think, looking at the amount of instances we have to hit, we should actually have exactly enough to go and run that. And then my secondary thing to do, once we hit Burning Crusade and do all of that stuff, is I want to run around and farm as much Fel Iron as I can. Because Fel Iron is the only component I think I'm missing to make the flying machines, which go for like 25,000 gold each on my server. So the plan is 10,000 gold now doing this, and then also passive 25,000 gold sales on the auction house. We should have enough money by Shadowlands to buy some stuff, hopefully. Oh wait, what difficulty am I on? Not heroic. Oh, yeah, LFR. My brain just gave up, I think, for a second. I'm just so used to seeing this place filled with the Stone Guardians, and then you play it on LFR and there's like 5 guys here. It's like so different difficulty-wise. I can kind of see why people just meme on the whole LFR thing, because really lacks in difficulty, isn't it? I'm actually getting real excited for Shadowlands now, but I know I'm going to need to take that break before it comes out so I don't burn out playing it. But something I don't think I've spoke about on stream is kind of changing my choice of Covenant, because I think I said I was going to do a stream like talking about the Covenants and stuff. I haven't done. We might do that at some point, like looking at all the abilities for different classes and stuff. But looking at them myself off stream, kind of realised that as much as Night Fame might be good for Hunter, I feel like Necrolord is going to be way stronger. Because something I didn't read about the Necrolord ability is the fact that it bounces 7 times. And it has the capacity to bounce 7 times on a single mob if there aren't other things for it to bounce to. Every time it bounces, it deals an increased amount of damage. So if you just throw that at a boss, it's going to deal a shitload of damage in like 2 seconds, and then you can wait 45 seconds and throw out another one, and another one, before the Night Fae ability even comes off of cooldown once. Like, the DPS potential for the Necrolord Covenant ability seems way higher than the Night Fae one. And I know a lot of people are still just choosing their Covenant based on like appearances and transmogs and all the rest of the stuff, and that's fair enough. They're probably not going to get invited to a lot of groups unless their like guild likes them enough to invite them to everything. Personally, gonna go with the highest DPS thing on my main. My ult, I don't really care about. Like, I have a second hunter now for leatherworking farming. And I'm probably going to put that onto Night Fae, or I might just put it on another random one that has a nice looking transmog or mount or whatever, because then I can hopefully use that on this one as well, because they both use the same armor class. Unless it locks off the transmogs, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how it works yet. But considering how much I enjoy Hunter, and I now have Beastmaster and a Survival Hunter, I might just also roll a Marksman Hunter at some point during Shadowlands. Because apparently that looks good in Shadowlands. Oh right, yeah. Drop out. If that's good in Shadowlands as well, then I can just have 3 Hunters and roll 3 different Covenants with Hunters and just see what works well with what. Because it might be that, you know, Survival Hunter works better with the Venthyr ability or whatever because it gives them a dot. And Marksman might work better with Night Fae because they have big AoE things they can drop down, so they can throw down the Night Fae circle and then, like, bombard on top of it or whatever the ability's called. And that way you can chain your abilities together to get the highest DPS out of that specific spec, which would be cool. Oh, I chose the wrong one. Oh well. Let's just go with this one. I guess I chose... Which one did I choose? I guess the Nightmare of Shezarak or whatever this is called. Doesn't really matter which order. Still make stuff out of this.
Your defiance of the Empress ends here. All of Panda time, the wings of the Empress cannot bear.
I can't remember if you can loot these little guys or not. I don't think you can you? Nope. Fair enough. Kind of impressed myself I managed to get out a review of Avengers in like the first 5 minutes of this. But that is a lot of what I've been doing, is playing that game. I just played through all of it like back to back. I actually really enjoyed the campaign, like I've been saying. Like the story is genuinely pretty cool. I don't want to go into any of it and spoil it because it's like brand new and, you know. I feel like people should have time to appreciate it and enjoy it themselves if they want to play it. It is pretty good. It's just, like I say, maybe wait like a few weeks until they've ironed out all the like big major bugs. Because there's a bug in the Avengers Initiative, which is like the multiplayer mode. It takes place after the campaign, and you kind of enter that point once you finish the campaign anyway. So you can launch it from the campaign thing rather than the Avengers Initiative button. But there's a bug with that where if you join that and you don't have a friend to invite you, you get stuck infinitely falling through the helicarrier and you just can't do anything. Which is nice. It's a good one right there. I also had a bug during part of the campaign where after a cutscene, my entire screen was black and all I could see was the enemy health bars as they pummeled me to death because I couldn't see anything. That was also a fun one. I mean, you can fix that by just restarting the checkpoint. It's not like a major issue. The one where you're falling through the helicarrier is kind of the worst one I've seen so far. Because unless you have, like, someone else to play with, or someone else who owns the game to invite you to get you out of that, you are just permanently stuck falling through the world. Which if I'd run into that, I'd have been stuck there forever, because I'm the only person I know who owns the game. I've got no way out of that if that happens to me. Which would basically just make the game unplayable for me, which would suck. Apparently there's also a bug where it like deletes your unlocked costumes. Which is also a pretty major issue. Haven't run into that one either. But yeah, there's issues that need to be fixed with it. But it is genuinely a fun game. I do like the combat. I like the fact that all the characters play in like very different ways. Like playing as Iron Man and just like AoEing everything, flying around, super quickly and just picking off all the ranged targets from miles away. Super cool. Super entertaining to do. It genuinely feels really satisfying to play him, especially all the AoE stuff you can like throw out. The only characters I haven't really enjoyed playing were Thor, Cap, and Widow. But I've seen a lot of people really enjoying those characters, so I don't know. I guess they're just not for me so far, but like I say, I think I need to try them out outside of... Oh, I think I sold the wrong thing. Yeah, oh fuck it, I don't care. Yeah, I think I need to try them outside of the campaign missions where they just sort of throw you into the characters. I don't feel like that's a very good assessment of them. Whereas I feel like actually playing some missions as them individually might give me a better perspective on how those characters play and how interesting they are. Because they do have very different playstyles. Like Black Widow is all about countering and dodging. It almost feels like you're playing like a mix between Arkham and like almost Dark Souls, how quickly she dies if you mess it up. Like if you royally mess up your counters a couple times, you'll just get beaten the crap out of, like 3-shot by a robot. Especially the, I can't remember what they're called, stiletto synths or something. They've got like the dagger things on their hands, basically. Those guys are brutal. And you fight one for the first time in her mission, which made it feel even worse, I think, to be honest, because didn't really have a grip on playing the character yet, and then immediately thrown into fighting what I think is probably one of the toughest enemies in the game, because right from the start, you're introduced to like shield enemies, right? And you're taught that heavy attacks break their shield. That doesn't work on the stiletto robots. It also doesn't work on some of the synthoids and stuff as well. The synthoids are like almost like the heavies, I guess, if you're comparing it to like an Arkham. They're like the big tough dudes who you have to like dodge out the way of. You can't just parry and counter the hell out of them. But yeah, they have block, but heavy attacks don't break their block. You have to like stun them in another way. I found Iron Man is pretty good at doing that. But you're taught that heavy attacks break block, and it just doesn't work on them. And it doesn't work on the synthoids either. It's a really weird gameplay decision, in my opinion. It's like that weird moment from, what was it, Resident Evil 3, where like the whole way through the game it teaches you that if the X button is on screen, you hold it to open things. And then you get to the final boss fight and it brings up the X button and you need to tap it, but it's still the same button prompt as when you held it for other things. So everyone's just stood there holding it and just getting murdered by the final boss because you need to spam it. But there's no like indication of that fact. It just reminded me of that so much, where it's like, oh yeah, this enemy has block, you should use heavy attacks to break it, right? No, they just ignore your attack. It's kinda dumb. But you can counter them. Which I think that's what they're trying to incentivize by putting you against those enemies. Is for you to counter them and use that mechanic. But when I'm playing as Iron Man or Miss Marvel, also my other favourite character, you don't need to counter with either of those characters ever. Because Miss Marvel has her giant hands that just slap everything away and kick stuff up into the air, and countering just isn't a thing you need to do as her character. And then as Iron Man also isn't a thing you need to do because you can fly away and dodge to avoid damage. And then when you can't do that, you just bring out all your big AoEs and like the Uni-Beam and everything else to just destroy everything. So it's like you just don't use that mechanic, and then playing characters like Cap and Black Widow and Thor, which constantly seem to need to do those things, it's kind of a jarring gameplay change. I don't think it's a bad thing though, having different mechanics and different ways that the heroes play is a really cool thing. Okay, thanks, game. Why do I only ever get this mechanic every once in a while, and it's just the worst thing when I do? Yeah, genuinely fun game. I feel like it's got playstyles for everyone. It's just, I keep saying it, a bit jarring when it throws you from one character to another, just randomly. Throughout the story.
Was a wide, wide heaven beyond everything we knew.
Also, I think it makes a weird amount of difference because you can like level up each of the characters individually and gear them up. So you go from playing as Iron Man, who you've got to level 15 with like item level 50 basically. And then you go to playing as Black Widow, who's level 0 with level 11 power level gear, and it's like, oh, okay. I think that might be why I found them to be extra squishy. Because it's like going from playing as Miss Marvel and Iron Man, who I'd played the most of, and who I'd geared up the most, to playing characters who I hadn't geared up, hadn't got any skills with, and then suddenly I was fighting like the last boss with them. It's a bit weird. I feel like it should have incentivized... I guess that's my fault really for not playing the other characters, but I feel like it should have incentivized playing as them more in order to gear them up, I guess. Like just a little warning of like, oh, you're going to be playing as this character for this mission, maybe gear them up ready. Something like that. Just so then it wasn't quite as jarring when I suddenly swapped from having loads of health and all my abilities to dying in like 2 shots from a flame synthoid or whatever. I think I've got every pet so far doing this. I did it in a really weird order this time. I feel like I should remake this list, because I basically have it screenshot from the video. Where is it? Yeah, basically I have just a screenshot from the video, which has all of them in it, but it's not in the order they're in the list, and I feel like reordering it would be really helpful. Oh yeah, also I haven't even mentioned the fact that I got a mount off stream. I got one of the Army of the Light mounts. Because that last day that we were farming for the rep for it was the day that Blizzard started their like double rep thing for Legion and BFA. Which I feel like Blizzard really just don't like me, because that's the 3rd time that that's happened now. I feel like I mentioned this before, although it might have just been a rant to someone else, but like they added the extra rep from time, like the 5-week time walking event thing, like the same week that I finished grinding the rep for the Netherwing. And then they've done this, where they gave me the double rep from Legion and BFA basically the same day I finished all of the reps I wanted to finish for both BFA and Legion. So now I have basically nothing to spend it on other than just the random other world quests in the Broken Isles that I don't really care about. I mean, there are mounts there, to be fair. And I do need to finish off stuff in Suramar to get the last of the Allied race requirements. But like, I really don't care about the Armies of Legionfall or the Valenjar, or any of those for that matter. The only one I care about is the Nightfallen. It's just every time I finish doing something, Blizzard's like, oh, do you want You want some extra rep? Like, yeah, 2 months ago, that would have been helpful. I think I've just got really bad timing, because I know Blizzard do it specifically to keep people coming back and get people interested. Like the double XP before Shadowlands to get everyone all their alts leveled up. The double rep now so everyone can get Pathfinder for BFA before we go into Shadowlands. I get it. But it is irritating. It's also like the fact I geared up my warrior and my demon hunter and everything like ready for Shadowlands, and then they announced that the pre-patch is going to have viable armor that is the equivalent to the gear they're wearing. That was also kind of just like a punch in the face. Genuinely, I've gotten every pet that you can get so far. What is happening? Why am I getting all the pets? I mean, I've already got them all, but I've literally... every boss we've killed that drops a pet has dropped a pet. What is happening? Can we have a mount, maybe, instead? Just, like, drop a mount that you're not supposed to drop? That would be cool. Also, I'm getting loads of messages. Fair enough. Got 2 more of these to run, and then we can head on over and actually have a go at trying to get them out, actually. How much inventory space we got? Should probably vendor stuff. Oh, I can sell that. Picking up loads of greens again. The cloth. Damn it. Where are we at? Forgotten Depths in the Underhold. I mean, I can find the Underhold immediately. What's Forgotten Depths? Yeah, I really should put these in order of where they are on the list. That would make things so much easier. Also, number which one they are in the list would also improve things. That way I can just pick out which one I want to do when. So much faster. I mean, we've made half the gold so far. We're at 4,000. Got these 2 to run, and then the 2 heroic versions. Should be good. I have before gone and fought the big snake-headed thing that's in that cave as well, but it just takes forever. Because you can instantly kill the heads, and then the heads will just stay there, keep shooting at you. It's dumb. I don't know why. I guess it's part of the mechanics of it or whatever. But like, they literally don't have a health bar and they just keep shooting you anyway. It's fun. To be fair, we've made, what? I'm gonna guess 5,000 gold in half an hour, technically. And we've still got another 2 heroics to hit. Gonna guess 8,000 gold. So not the grand 10,000 I was hoping for, but not far off, to be fair. And if I went and ran World Quest in Nazjatar, I could actually top it up to 10,000 because there's a 2,000 gold quest up right now for Nazjatar. But quite literally, fuck that, because I ain't going to Nazjatar. I have my Hearthstone there. That's it. Never going back. That's genuinely my least favourite zone in all of BFA. And it's actually not that bad now I've got flying. I just have so many bad memories of trying to traverse that place when I didn't have flying that I just hate the place so much. It's just this brutal mess to navigate when you don't have flying. Everything's just on top of itself and tiered up so much. It's so irritating. I really like the aesthetic of the zone though, the whole like underwater themed thing and elven ruins and all the rest of the stuff. It looks really cool, it's just a pain to get around. Oof, that's really not as much as I was expecting. I think we've had a bad loot day today. To be fair, I am saving a couple other things to send them different people rather than just vendoring everything like I do sometimes. So that could be why. Still holding out hope. Oh, Sharavan just died over there in the corner. I don't like the fact that that doesn't update. Also, it says the Shar of Anger is all the way over here. Interesting. Yeah, the Zandalari Warbringer, like, node never updates. Because I have actually sat there and waited for it to spawn, killed it, and got literally fuck all off of it. And then I just decided never to do it again, because it took, I think, literally an hour of me sat there waiting for it to respawn, and then got nothing. Considering how often people fly over the top of you just looking to see if it's there or not and just will snipe it if they get a chance. I just don't want to bother with the, like, Pandaran Warbringer farm. It's such a pain. Like, it's not too bad in Mechagon, right, where you sit waiting for Rust Feather and the Mechna Spider or whatever. They have like an hour respawn or 40 minutes or whatever. But it's current content still, so everyone can like sit there and wait for it, and it's not too bad. It's like the Legion res as well, right? Like, you've still got a chance of getting there before they get instantly killed, whereas Mist is so old now that you just don't have a chance. Like, you're either the first person to hit it and you get it, or nobody gets it. Well, the other person does who one-shots it before you. It's just kind of irritating. Oh, I wasn't expected to wake up all the stuff on this side too. Did I actually loot everything? I hope so. Cool. Why are they not taking damage? Okay. Right, I'm just gonna kill this boss and then go for like a quick bathroom break, and then we'll be right back. Right, back 2 seconds. Hello. Right. I'm kind of hoping that we get a couple mounts today, because that'd be really nice to like just wrap up the mount farming. Because once I hit 200, I'm fully prepared to just sort of drop the mount farming for a bit and go and finish all the other things I need to do. Because I still want to get my Wrath of the Lich King engineering up to, I think it might be max to get Jeeves, so I can basically have the Kyrian signature ability on any other Covenant, which would be nice before Shadowlands. And I'm not like super far off doing it, I just need to grind a bunch of ore to make the bits and pieces I need. And then I also wanted to finish off archaeology and try and get the fishing mounts as well. But that's something I can like just chill out with. Like I can get the fishing mounts while just like watching a film or whatever on the other monitor. Like it's not stream content stuff. But it's something I can do sort of absent-mindedly. All I really need to do is occasionally click a button. Also finding ways to gold farm before they get removed would be probably an advantageous thing to work on rather than mount farming. Yeah, it might literally be something I do for the rest of the week. This week is spend at least a bit of the stream every day gold farming. Because I should be able to run Pandaria on all 4 of my like major alts right now. I mean, my other hunter is still 115 because I haven't played him since. But he should be geared up enough to play through Pandaria without an issue. Just with the level difference, to be honest. So if I bring him over, I can do it on him as well, and then that's almost 30,000 gold on the Alliance side, 10,000 gold on the Horde side. I'm hoping to get enough gold on my Demon Hunter just to dump it all into the last of the cheap Panther mounts. I think I'm only missing Emerald now or something like that. And then I will have all but the Onyx one, I think. And the Onyx one is way too expensive for a single mount in my opinion. Especially when there are still mounts in the game I haven't picked up that are like 10,000. But they just have a rep grind that locks them off or whatever. I think I've got a few rep grinds from WoD that I haven't done that have really cheap mounts locked behind them. I did actually start trying to play through WoD just to get the Pathfinder thing, which also gives you a mount, but I dropped that after like doing half the zones, I think. Probably wouldn't take long if I just, you know, watched a season of something on Prime or whatever. Just knocked it out in a weekend or whatever. Pretty quicker. Pretty quick. There we go. If my brain doesn't just die before I finish it, I guess. Is also an option. But yeah, TV-wise stuff that I usually end up talking about. The Boys Season 2 is out. First 3 episodes. It's really, really good. And as bloody as it always is. It's been pretty good. I really like the new character. I don't want to like go into anything really because I don't want to spoil any of it because it's that good. But it is really cool. I just saw something in chat. Oh. Someone did their first horrific vision. Grant. You know, really good. I really like the new character. Without going into too much. I mean, I say like them. I think they're a really interesting character. And I'm curious to see where everything goes with the new stuff. But yeah, you get moments in the season where you can really see the emotional and like mental weight of the thing they're doing really starting to weigh on some of them. Which is really cool, like from a writing standpoint is really good. Like in a lot of stuff, they just don't seem to really grasp that fact. That like some of the things that these heroes in different stories do would really heavily impact your mental health. Like, it's that moment in, what was it, the Tomb Raider game or whatever? Where she's, like, crying over shooting a deer after she's killed, like, 500 dudes in a wood. Like, just doesn't really add up, you know? The Boys is doing, like, a really good job of, like, showing the impact of the things they're doing, the decisions that these people are making. Because they're having to do some, like, kind of awful stuff, but it's for the right reasons. I'm curious to see how all of that kind of plays out as well later on. Because I have a suspicion certain characters are going to try and take over other characters' roles. More and more. Yeah, genuinely really interesting. If you haven't seen The Boys, go watch the first season. It's a really cool take on, like, superheroes and stuff. It's basically, what if the Justice League were in our universe? How would they end up? What would be their sort of reaction to things, how they live and act and things. Don't really know how to word it well. But you've got like Homelander, who's basically Superman. You've got Maeve, who's Wonder Woman. There's Noir, who's Batman. I can't remember who the Aquaman guy's name is. He's an awful human being. That's that's the thing. He's probably the worst of them to begin with. There isn't. Oh yeah, there's the Invisible guy as well, who isn't really a member of the Justice League, but you know, they're called the Seven or whatever, which is they're basically just evil Justice League. But it's basically what would happen if people had superpowers in our universe, and they're like kind of just asshole celebrities, but with, you know, like the power of gods and stuff. It's a really interesting universe, and I just want to see more of it. Which is why I'm really excited about the second season, and they're expanding on a whole bunch of stuff, which is really cool. But yeah, other than that, I don't think I've watched all that much. Weirdly. I've kind of been watching like Twitch streams and YouTube series that I haven't caught up on for ages. Like I used to watch a lot of the Yogscast like Warhammer streams that Tom and Ben do over there, where they like cover Warhammer news for the first like hour and then they actually play a game for the rest of the stream, which is always fun. Maybe they just go off on mad rants for like an hour. That's a really good stream if you like Warhammer stuff and kind of lore. Because it's basically just their interpretations of the lore, which is very entertaining, honestly. Those two are really good. Like, one of them Tom is like he used to DM a whole bunch of stuff, so he's really good at telling stories. And Ben's really good at just interpreting things. I think also kind of good at telling stories, which might have something to do with the fact that he's like a dad and stuff. So they're both really entertaining to just listen to. Talk about dumb stuff. Yeah, also switched over from Chrome to start using the new version of Edge, because I had it recommended a couple times. It's actually good, like, weirdly, like, everyone knows that the previous version of Edge and Internet Explorer were, like, the joke browsers, right? Nobody used them, everybody disliked them. Everyone just used Chrome and Firefox, even though Chrome and Firefox are, like, super RAM intensive for no reason. The new version of Edge, actually really good. Like, I've been having an issue with Chrome for ages, where if I'm playing WoW or another kind of intensive game on my main monitor and watching a Twitch stream on the other monitor, Twitch will basically, like, buffer, and then it can't buffer, so it just crashes the stream, and then I have to find where I was in the stream again because it crashes and can't remember where I am. It's really irritating. But I switched over to using Edge, and Edge just works fine. I can just watch streams all the way through while playing Avengers on the other monitor or playing WoW. Like, it just... I think it uses way less RAM, so it can actually watch things properly. In fact, I can just set a waypoint on that, right? And then it'll tell me... Yes. Beautiful. But yeah, generally, really nice browser. The UI design of it is nice as well. Like, it's a lot more compact than Chrome, so you actually get to see more of the window and less of the giant bar at the top of your screen. Filled with, like, tabs and stuff. Like, it's genuinely really well laid out and just looks really good and works really well. So if you're looking at a new browser and you want one that's less intensive, the new Microsoft Edge, genuinely actually good. Which I wasn't expecting. Oh, that's the wrong dungeon. Heart of Fear is down here. There you go. We should actually hit the hour mark on the last dungeon, funnily enough. Which would be really nice, because that means we get the reset and we can go and do other stuff. I'm kind of hoping the Legion rare quests reset soon. Because I did a bunch of them off stream this morning while I was waiting, and we're now like 450 rep off of another cache which might contain mounts. And I'm just hoping that they reset real soon, because we only need one. We just need one big world quest and we're done. Hopefully. I mean, I can do these ones, but I'm still unsure as to what counts a world quest as being Army of the Light or Augustian Reach, because it seems to be completely random. I could be being an idiot. Does it actually just say on them, like it does with the like BFA ones? It does, yeah. Okay, I'm a dumbass. That's cool. I could probably just run any of these and get it. It's only 400, right? You just do these down there. They'd be really easy. They're right next to each other. It's just destroy a thing and then collect some bits. Almost knocked my phone off my desk. Yeah, in other news with miniature painting and stuff, my the Doom board game I ordered at the start of lockdown finally arrived. And there's like fucking 50 miniatures in that box. There is so many, and they all look really cool, but they're also all covered in resin, like the powder stuff. I can't remember what it is for it. It's not resin, it's like the casting. oils and stuff they put on to make sure that things don't like stick to their molds and stuff and they come out nicely. So they all need a wash, and there's like 60 models, so it's going to take me a while to get through washing them all. Because I tried priming one of them just straight out of the box, and the primer was just running straight back off them again, so I was like, that's not right. So I then went and washed all the rest of them, and I started painting the pinkies, who are easily my favourite demon from Doom. I think they're incredibly dumb and kind of adorable, so they're my favourite. I've got one of them like half painted, just sat next to me right now. I basically just need to finish off all the bone sections, but he's almost done. They're looking pretty cool. I'm thinking I might use them as like a count as for my space wolves and use them as like cyber wolves or whatever. And just have them like charging around the battlefield in the middle of Warhammer. I think would look really cool and really dumb. I think I mentioned before I have like a custom Space Wolf army thing because I just wanted to do my own thing rather than sticking to the colour schemes that Games Workshop gave me. And my my Wolf Lord is on the back of one of the big like Draco Lizard things from Age of Sigmar. There's a Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf. And I know there's the I can't remember the name of them, the green chapter that have a whole bunch of like lizardy things going on. Which probably would have been a more fitting choice, I'm aware, but already went with the Space Wolf theme and just decided on a giant lizard thing. So in kind of the same vein, oh, never seen that mechanic before. In the same vein, the pinkies from Doom kind of have like a big lizardy kind of look. So I feel like I can get away with basically explaining them as being like a lesser form of giant lizard that this like chapter has tamed and like indoctrinated or whatever. Not indoctrinated, domesticated, there you go. Because you already have in the lore the Space Wolves like taming the Fenrisian wolves and stuff on Fenris. I don't feel like it's that big of a stretch to say that, you know, maybe they could tame some giant lizards that live underneath this planet or whatever. There we go. Got you that time. I can get him on heroic, but on LFR he just fucking whirlwinds me across the room. Yeah. Makes sense. Also, I got the pet again. I'm really hoping we don't run out of inventory space, because I just realised I haven't emptied my inventory since we were at Mogoshan Vault. So we'll see how much gold we have after all this. So I think some of these are duplicates, aren't they? I don't know. Just send them all over. I really should make a cloth class and actually stick to it for a bit, and I might be able to, you know, use some of these transmogs I've been picking up, but oh. I do kind of want to make a mage, but I don't know what class to make it. Oh, not class, what race to make it, rather. I think I did make a human mage, like, ages ago, just to mess around with it, and I think I got to, like, Elwyn Forest and then just stopped playing it. Might just make a new one, maybe a Void Elf mage or something, just mess around with it. Although I do want to make a Void Elf, I think I've made a Void Elf monk. I think I showed it off on another stream, maybe? Because I know my Void Elf and my Lightforged Draenei have, like, very similar names. So the Lightforged Draenei is... his name essentially just means light in a language that isn't English. And then I did kind of the same thing with the Void Elf. Or like the first part of her name means moon in another language. Which I just thought was a fitting way of naming those two characters. It turns out Light and the Moon have very similar like names in most languages. Which I guess makes sense considering it is the other giant ball of light in the sky. Because it reflects all the light from the sun or whatever. I just felt like I needed to clarify that because I did just say that the moon was a ball of light, which doesn't give it off, it reflects it. I feel like you get the point. Yeah, I think post-stream, I kind of want to sit down and try and paint the rest of my Space Wolves up finally. I keep saying that and then not doing it. I would also really like to finish painting all the pinkies because I feel like they'd look cool. There's like a little squad of wolves just running around in my army. It was also like the last game I actually played of Warhammer where my army still wasn't fully painted. I played against a Death Guard army. And literally the only reason I didn't lose that game was when they decided to charge all of their infantry one by one into my knight. Which didn't end well for them, funnily enough. But otherwise I would have lost that game because I realised my army doesn't really have anything that runs forward. All my army kind of holds back. Like I don't really have a forward offense. My army's like super defensive, I guess. Because my Space Wolf army composition is like a bunch of Hellblasters who are like anti-tank infantry, basically. And then I have the Knight, which is a giant robot. And then I have my heroes, which basically just make my anti-tank guys better. By allowing me to like re-roll dice and dumb stuff. But I don't really have anything offensive. So I feel like including something like Fenrisian Wolves or maybe like a biker squad or something would be helpful because then I have something that can kind of like run distraction and kind of get in the way and bog things down a little bit so my heavy guys can just unload everything. But basically what happened in that game was they charged their like trio of tanks straight at me, knowing full well that if I don't blow them up fast enough they blow up inside my unit's range and they can have a chance of basically just killing them by exploding on top of my units. Or their like ranged guns will kill all my units before they get to them. So my solution to that is basically just have something that will charge forward and bog the tanks down for a little bit. Knowing full well that, you know, a pack of wolves isn't going to do a whole lot to stop a tank. I feel like they will slow it down long enough that I can then position myself to actually destroy them, either with the anti-tank or with the knight itself. I'm pretty sure I did make a recomposition of my army a while ago that used the assassins that you can get, because I have models for all of them that I've like custom built and converted from other things. Like one of them is made from an Escher combined with parts from a Mechanicus model. One of them is a Succubus from D&D combined with bits from Necromunda, the Skulls box, a pack of Astra Militarum stuff for like grenades and weapons and stuff out of there, which I bought ages ago to make into I can't remember what they're called now. They're like zombie guys that Nurgle have, because I also have a Death Guard army. And so I wanted to make like custom zombies for those guys. And I really like the idea of using like actual Astra Militarum helmets and stuff all those, so they'd actually look like they'd been, you know, converted from actual soldiers or whatever. Okay, how much is all of that? 7,000? Damn, we did real bad today on the gold. We just got real unlucky with drops, I think. Damn. Like, the past few streams, we've got, like, almost 10,000 every time. That sucks. Yeah, got a whole bunch of, like, assassin models that made from different things. One of them is literally converted from the assassin model that came with the second, like, kill team box. I just hand-swapped, so she has a gun rather than whatever else was in her hand before. I think it was a head that she's holding up. Yeah, the fell contamination. Cool. Actually, no, go for that one. Yeah, I need to... I have an app on my phone that has the army lists and stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's broken since 9th edition came out because all of my armies used all the 8th edition rules, which they somehow broke some of when they changed things. Not everything, though. Is really irritating. So I think like the way armies are composed is different now, because before you had like battalions and patrol detachments and stuff, whereas now it's just... They're an army? Cool. There's not like actual specific rules and stuff for them, which feels really weird. Is this underneath, or...? Because there's 3 guys here, which makes me think it is here. But it just isn't up. I'm really confused. I'm just gonna kill demons while I wait for it to respawn. Oh, there we go. Oh. Oh, I kind of feel bad for taking that from that druid now. That's okay, he's probably gonna take the one down here from me, more than likely. I don't know, it's still there. Okay. No idea what this druid is doing then. Jesus, druid, you're really behind, huh? Well, I guess they are a druid. Pretty commonplace. I feel like I can say that because I have played with druid. And to be honest, druid does feel... Like I was playing it again last night after like taking a massive break from it. I do feel like druid is really good for open world content. Because you can go into flight form, you can zip around everywhere, you have your like stealth form to avoid everything. Like it's super fast for like just getting around and doing stuff within the zones. I feel like leveling and doing open world content, maybe even rare farming and stuff would be really good on a druid. My kind of, I guess, issue with druid is the fact that I kind of enjoy playing DPS more than anything. As much as I can get along with healing. And I do enjoy doing it occasionally. It's not my like focus and it's not something I want to be doing constantly. I find it incredibly stressful, to be honest, trying to like keep an entire team alive. When you've got like a good team and you don't really need to worry about it, it's kind of fine, right? Like you can kind of just let them get on with it, and you're a druid, you just passively heal people. When you've got a good team, it's actually really easy and really chill. But doing stuff in LFR, don't always get a good team. So it's sometimes incredibly stressful.
How fortunate.
I just don't enjoy playing them in dungeons. I don't even want to find out what they're like in raids, to be honest. I can't imagine it being very fun at all. But open world content, I actually really like Druid. I can understand why people like playing them, because they're really fun. They can do kind of a bit of everything. Oh, come on, Windrunner's Gift again. You want to give me a mount or something useful? Just a dumbass trinket that doesn't do anything? Thanks, game. Alright, let's go fight Blistermore. You better give me a bloody mount after that disappointment. Goddamn Windrunner's Gift. It's not even worth selling, it's like 8 gold. What is that? I can get a pair of gloves from fucking Pandaria that's worth like almost 10 times that. To be fair, I do kind of want that time walking horse from Wrath. It looks really cool. It's basically the Hearthsteed mount, but cooler. I think the Hearthsteed mount looks cool, honestly. It's just super common, so it doesn't have that... I don't know, it doesn't have the same feeling as like riding around on a cool, rare mount that you know not everybody has. Kind of has more of like a uniqueness to it, I guess. And I feel like the Wrath time walking mount has that same factor.
How fortunate.
Jesus, everyone's there. Yep, it's dead. Cool. Oh. Really? Still not gonna give me it? Dowing him. Let's see if Handmaster's up.
How fortunate.
The skillet is. A couple more around, but not enough to actually hit. Ah, okay, fair enough. Well, let's go wrap up Burning Crusade, I guess. I also have no idea how long this playlist is I've got playing. It might just stop occasionally. Yeah, it's got like another half an hour-ish left, so we might have to, I don't know, restart it or find another one. It's kind of nice listening to Synthwave again, I haven't done in a while. I started listening to it again last night, while I was, weightlifting and stuff. Found a remix of a bunch of Billie Eilish songs, but like synthwave-ified. Some of them sound really good, others not so much. I think my favourite song might be Ocean Eyes, and it just doesn't work in synthwave. And especially not for the kind of like, I don't know, the feeling you get off of synthwave, or I do. It's kind of like, you know, energetic and being a little bit kind of pumped up and wanting to do things. You know, kind of, it's energizing music. Whereas like Ocean Eyes is very calm and very slow and very, I wouldn't say depressing, but it's, you know, it's relaxing sort of music. It's not, it doesn't really fit with the synthwave vibe, I guess. Whereas like something like Bad Guy works pretty well. And that sounds pretty good in synthwave. I think that might be my new, like, start of workout. Music, to be honest. Because I started listening to that and I went really hard on my weights for like a good hour or two. Like by the time I stopped, I just sort of fell backwards onto my bed and like my arms, my shoulders and my back were just burning. Because I think that's the, like, probably the furthest I've pushed myself with them in ages. I really just went for it. I wanted to see just how much I could lift in one succession, rather than doing it in, like, you know, I'll do 10 of this, 10 of that, and then break, and then 10, 10, 10, break. I just went for it. It was fun. I feel like it's definitely something I'm going to do, like, maybe a couple times a week, not every time, because I feel like going that hard every day probably going to cause myself some damage. But doing it in moderation I think will be really good for me and really beneficial to the whole, like, building muscle mass thing. I want to take a break today and maybe just do some cardio stuff later. Just give my, like, back and arms a chance to relax a bit, because I can still feel my back aching right now. Specifically my right shoulder blade. That area. But it is nice to finally have, like, I think I've mentioned it before in other streams. I know it sounds kind of vain, but it's nice to have, like, musculature after not having any for years, basically. And I kind of realized it last night. I think I grew up in a really bad time for, like, TV and film and stuff, because it was, like, what, the late 90s, early 2000s era of, like, TV and film, and every character that was supposed to be, like, a teenager was played by, like, a 30 or 20-year-old actor who'd been training for, like, months, if not years, before that point. So they all have, like, you know, they all looked good physically. And they're playing, like, teenagers and stuff. And when you're seeing that every single day, and you're still kind of young, it puts that weird expectation on you to look that good. And I think that's why, for a long time, I kind of struggled with that whole, like, mental image thing. Of, like, I look nothing like these guys. And then you realize as you get a little older, like, oh yeah, shit, these guys are, like, fucking 20 years older than me anyway, so that's probably why. I feel like nowadays, especially seeing the sort of stuff that my my nieces and nephews and stuff are watching, like, TV and stuff now is a lot better for that. Like, they actually have child actors playing child roles as opposed to, like, 20-year-olds and whatever. So hopefully they don't end up with that weird sort of mental image of what they should look like and what they actually do being two very different things. There we go! Exalted with the honor hold as well. Nice. I'm not even gonna bother fucking finishing this dungeon. Let's bail on this place. Right, the only one I've got, well, the only couple I've got left to do now, the Consortium, the Violet Eye, and the Keepers of Time. I think Keepers of Time is the only one I'm missing for the Dungeon Rep achievement. It's also probably going to be the one that takes the longest time to do, because it requires you to run, I think, 2 dungeons from the Caverns of Time. And that's it. And they're the 2, like, really long RP ones. Well, the Thrall one is. I think the other one's quite quick. Can't remember what it's called now. I know the Thrall one is Escape from Durnhold or something like that. And the other one's, like, set in a marsh or whatever. It's Medivh opening the Dark Portal to let the Horde through for the first time. That's not too bad. It's pretty quick, but it's also pretty low on the rep that it gives you. You get like 250 per boss, 60 per mob, but there's only like 16 mobs in the whole thing or whatever. You're only getting like 1,000 something rep every time you do it. Apparently you can farm it essentially by just letting the final boss kill Medivh. Which I guess is an interesting way of doing it. Oh, these are Mag'har orcs. The ones who are now part of the Horde. But yeah, I think I mentioned at the start of the stream. Just to take a break from the direct gold farming, what we're doing now is gathering up as much fell iron as I can. So that I can make a bunch of the flying machine mounts to sell all those, because they go for like 25 grand each or whatever. Which will be a nice little bit of side money if those sell consistently enough. Fell iron is the main thing I'm missing. I'm trying to gather up as much of this as I can. We have also hit the reset period now, so I could go and farm thingy if I wanted to. All the WOD stuff, but I don't know if I can be bothered to go to WOD, to be honest. Mine, please? Thank you. Be nice if there was a mining mount, to be honest. Thinking about it, because the shredder is a herbalism mount, right? You can use that to like gather herbs while still being in a thing, still being mounted. It'd be nice if there was a mining one, or if you could like outfit your shredder with like a mining tool instead, and then you could use that for mining rather than picking herbs. That'd be a fun little mechanic. I mean, all Blizzard would have to do would be make... Well, they don't even have to make a new model. All you have to do is modify the current one. As long as they've still got the... Well, they should have the model file, because the model's in the game, but... Preferably a version in whatever tool they use for 3D modeling, I guess, would be easier than re-importing and... Depending on what tool they use, potentially having to rescale it and a whole bunch of other stuff, because some 3D modeling tools can be real weird about things like that. Yeah, on the job hunting front, now applying to jobs in just fucking any country. Because I've ran out of jobs to apply to in my country. That's a fun development. Although I applied to a job the other day with Ghost Ship Games, the guys who make Deep Rock Galactic. I would love to have that job. Like, working with them would be so much fun. I love that game. I haven't played it in a while, but I do love it. Yeah, I think that's like all the way over in Denmark. Which would not be a quick commute, that's for sure. So that would be a relocation job right there. It's probably also not the best time in the world to be relocating to Denmark, but I'd happily do it if I can. I'm not exactly sure how expensive it is to live in Denmark, though. I suppose that would be a factor to weigh in. Although, to be honest, with a lot of the games industry jobs, they could all be done from home as long as like things were put in place to ensure the quality of work was of a good standard and stuff. I can understand why they'd want like junior positions and fresh starters and whatever to be in-house for a while so they know they can trust them and they know they're going to get the job done. But personally, I can work really well from home. I know some people like struggle with it. Like some people genuinely prefer having a low game. Mine? Jesus, wouldn't even let me reposition the camera. I know some people struggle with like working from home because they get super distracted and end up doing other things. But if I have like a task set, I'm very good at just sticking to it and getting it done. Like when I was at uni and stuff, I'd get stuff done months in advance. If I really want to get stuck into something and I really enjoy doing it, I'm gonna do it all the time. I'm gonna make the most of it and do the best thing I can with it. And 3D modeling is one of those things, so it wouldn't be difficult for me to work remotely if a company trusted me enough to do it, I guess is the only potential issue, really. How much fell iron have we got? 32. Nice. I feel like there's plenty of other people doing the same thing as me, so I'm kind of worried that the price of these flying machines is going to plummet now. Well, I guess it could be other people just finishing off their engineering, like I did a little bit back. I can't remember the exact spawn location for a lot of these, so I'm kind of just flying near where I can vaguely remember there being stuff. Which could be completely wrong, so... Although so far we found quite a bit, so it might not be. So yeah, I still haven't actually gone to vote on the free mount we're getting in Shadowlands yet. I need to go do that at some point. I'm sure if anybody's finding this video, you already know about them, but you can vote on a secondary like free mount for anybody who's bought Shadowlands. I think the options are the Ancient, those like big tree dudes, a caterpillar mount, a book that you fly on, glide on, ride on, something like that to mount. I think there's a slime saber, which is like a skeletal cat in slime, which actually, the idea of that seems pretty cool, to be honest. And I think there's something else as well. I'm forgetting. But personally, I think the caterpillar would be pretty unique. My first instinct was the Ancient, just because the Ancients look really cool. So having one as a mount would be cool, right? But so I've never noticed how weird this house is in its back garden. There's just a floating weird thing over here. This is kind of cool. Yeah, my first instinct was the Ancient, just because that would be a cool mount, right? But I feel like the caterpillar would be far more unique, or maybe even the slime cat. Because I think we're getting one of those slime cats, like a kitten variant, as a pet, anyway. So then having a mount that accompanies that would be pretty cool. Oh, crap, 1 second. The music thing is not cooperating with me. There we go. Rather than restarting it, it started a completely separate playlist. Considering I don't know if the other playlist is copyright free or not. Not risking it. Also, I think that might be slightly wrong on the gold earned, because I bought these two before the stream and some other stuff. And it's still technically the same sessions. That might be why the gold amount is skewed slightly. I think it might be close to 8,000 rather than the 7,000 it displays. I could be wrong, but I think that is closer to what it actually is. I think there's stuff over there too, but I kind of want to check this canyon here, because I feel like there's ore spawns in this canyon. For some reason. It's not really much of a canyon, it's more just like a weird scar, but... Nope, there ain't anything here. Huh, I thought there was stuff in there. Fair enough. Well, we'll loop back around there, then head back and smelt stuff up, I guess. See where we're at with all the components. See what else we need to go farm. Yeah, still not sure exactly what I want to vote for. I think it's between those three. The like slime cat, the ancient, and the caterpillar for me. I think some guy recently made like actual mock-ups of them, because I think Blizzard's basically just given us like a description from what I remember, like a sentence describing what the thing is, as opposed to an actual picture or even like concept art of it would be helpful. But no, we just get a sentence and then leave it to the community to try and figure it out. Oh, the other one's Nerubian. They're like weird spider things from Lich King. Which sounds cool, but there are so many different dumb-looking Nerubian models, and because we don't have a picture as to which one it actually is, it could look like ass. Not in a good way. So, that ain't getting my vote, that's for sure. That just seems real dumb to me. Yeah. Generally think the caterpillar might be a cool one. Weirdly kind of tempted by the slime cat, especially now I know I'm going Necrolord on my main. It would be a fitting mount to have, I guess, because it's from Maldraxxus anyway. Although to be honest, it would just be cool to get that mount in Maldraxxus for doing something rather than it being what is essentially a store mount at the end of the day. Which I have a feeling the ones that don't get picked will probably end up being store mounts for some reason. Because Blizzard isn't exactly just going to waste a whole bunch of mounts they've made, are they? They're going to include it somewhere. Hopefully as a reward from something. But you never know. A dead Fell Reaver? It is. Have we been around the throne of Kil'jaeden? We've been in that, like, bit over there, haven't we? Yeah. Then I think the other spot to farm for ores was Nagrand, I think, because you can just loop around the whole place and then dive into the ogre caves or whatever. Not seeing a whole lot down here. That's disappointing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that place has all the other ores, and then the only other bits and pieces I'll need will be like motes of fire and earth and stuff, which I got a lot of by just running dungeons to farm up the rep for Luna. So I think I'm good for that, and I think I got a bunch farming thingy as well. The Netherwing stuff that I did ages ago. So I think I've got just a bunch like sat in my bank. All I need to do is smelt the bits and pieces up I need to mix. Basically. Oh, god damn it. Press that just slightly too early. There we go. Yeah, I'm also not far off doing the Slay 2000 Trivial Demons thing. Although that will be another one of those things I do off-stream just by myself while I'm watching something, because as much as I have a good spot for farming those demons, it's gonna take a while. It's not gonna be the most entertaining bit of content. Very much a grind. It is still odd to me that they basically got rid of smelting in the later expansions. Like, I get that it kind of streamlines things not having it, but at the same time it is kind of... I don't know, it feels like almost a core part of the mining thing. Like, it's kind of an immersive part of it, because you need to smelt the ore in order to make things out of it generally. You don't just clump ore together and suddenly, oh, it's a gun. Generally you have to smelt it down to make things out of it. But they just kind of took that whole thing out of the game for some reason. Something tells me I'm missing something else that I didn't realise. What else am I low on? Oh, Eternium. Right, the ore that comes from everything else, rather than being its own unique ore. I remember. Also make some corium, apparently. Right, what do I need engineering-wise to make this? I need corium power cores and fell steel stabilizers. I can make 3 out of 8. And for that's the thing I need the fire for. Right, okay. Oh, apparently I'm still leveling Outland Engineering by doing this unintentionally. Nice. Right, yep. Corium. But I've got enough of the other thing. The Adamanite. I think I've still got loads of that in my bank as well. Right. So my issue is Eternium and then the Primal Fire, which don't have access to my bank around here, I don't think. I have access to the guild bank, I'm pretty sure, but not my actual bank. So, I mean, we could head to Nagrand and just grab up some bits. I guess. What else have we got going on rep-wise? I mean, I could try and finish the Alliance Vanguard by doing the rest of Argent Crusade, but I can't be bothered with Argent Crusade. I generally really enjoyed it when I first started doing it, but now I've kind of reached the point where I'm just like, I don't want to touch this. It just takes too long to do anything. What is up with my chair? Why is it squeaking more than normal? Not even moving, I just put some slight pressure on my foot and it just starts making noises now. Yeah, reputation-wise, we're 2 away from the title, which would be nice. Could just target one of these and go for that instead. Could just do some Legion reps, I guess. There's a big Armies of Legion Fall thing up right now, right? Unless it's ended, because I didn't do it. It's entirely possible. Nope, still up for another 17 hours. Isn't that do stuff on the Broken Shore? Yeah. Means it will be a pain in the arse, because everyone will be there. could go do that, I guess. That one's going to be the biggest pain because everyone will be doing it, so there's no piles to search. It's like one of the world quests in Suramar, I think it is, the ones that are down here. It's not up at the minute, but there's a quest down there where you have to kill guards or whatever. And there's like 2 spawn every maybe minute. And if there's 4 people camping at just one-shotting them, you're not getting any progress on that world quest. So I just left and gave up with that one. How many of those do I need to do? I need to do 2 more there, actually. We could go do that as well. Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna go do some stuff in Suramar. I can't be asked to mine. We've only got like 20 minutes left anyway. May as well do something fun. We are actually... Well, I'm really close to finishing the... Well, not that close. I'm like halfway through the Insurrection storyline, which also gets me a mount when I finish it. Which is nice. Yeah, it's the like second half of the storyline for Suramar to get the Nightfallen or whatever, the last faction I need from Legion to get all the allied races. I'm curious if I get them to Exalted on this character, does it count as them being Exalted on my Horde character, which then would mean I can, you know, finish them and get the allied races now. Curious how it works. It is interesting how many people come back every time they do like, oh, here's a bonus thing, there's more reps you can get from this thing, suddenly everyone is there. But the rest of the time you go there and just nobody's around. It's like, what are people doing the rest of the time? Never leaving Borealis and just queuing up for heroic dungeons, I guess? I don't know, it feels weird. There's all this giant world and 90% of the time it's just unpopulated. You see, like, maybe one other player mining some ore, and then they fly off and you never see them again. But you give them a little bit of a rep bonus and suddenly everyone is there for every world quest. A strange one. Right. God damn it. Forgot to look where's the closest one to the thing. I am not doing the way race, that's for sure. Alright, that would probably be easy. That's right next to the teleport thing as well, so I can just fly to here. Yeah, the Arcanist's Mana Saber is the mount I get, I think. Which is just for finishing the final bit of the storyline. Which requires me to, I think, beat the Nighthold raid, but I can do that on normal or whatever, I think. Probably even LFR, to be honest. If it's just like, go kill Gul'dan, I can just LFR to the last boss. It's kind of irritating being this close to finishing the 200 mounts and just kind of running out of easy ways to get them other than just grinding out daily quests somewhere. Oh. I didn't realise there was a second quest here. Nice. Wait, are they all just like on top of each other right now? Interesting. No, he didn't instantly die, unfortunate. Where have I got to take all these guys? I just realised I'm like collecting them, but I haven't actually saved them technically. I'm in combat with what? Huh? Next game. Hoping that Tauren wasn't hoping to get that guy, because I definitely just walked up and stole him. Nah, fuck it, I'll just kill all of them. Can't see what I'm fighting. Oh, is it like take them to the woman on the boat or whatever again? Where am I taking these guys actually? Hello? I think I'm stuck under a boat. Are we smuggling them out in this house or something? Hello? What? Where do I take them? Is it the boat person? That would be where I'd assume I take it to, considering she's the way that you get, like, wine out of here and stuff. Nope, she just wants wine. She doesn't care about saving these innocent civilians that are all becoming one person. I have a dagger that instantly kills couriers? Okay. Do I take them to that point over there then? Because the one over here doesn't work. So why have they got a boat on display of all things? I guess it's like a canal city or whatever. What's a...
attacked. Strike back. Show those devils we will not stand.
Do I take them in here? Oh, okay. There we go. I guess all the guards were killed at the other place, or whatever. That's the stack of letters. The avenging thingies over this way. Right. Yep. Cool. Can I, like, tell you to leave? No, I can feed you ancient mana, though. Be nice if these counted towards my demon kills. Be helpful. Clicking this random night thorn count apparently. got all that speed, but you can't outrun a bullet.
Where there was no cornfield, no memory, no grave.
I feel like Demon Hunters would be a bit broken with a ranged weapon, but it is kind of funny just killing stuff before they can reach it. Nice. Where am I at with their rep now, actually? Hey, 6,000 to go, so like another 10 world quests, basically. Or I can just continue to advance the storyline and probably get that anyway. Where is it? I do like the teleporter network thing. That's a cool mechanic. Eating before the meeting, feed the fruit of... Okay. Go feed a random person some fruit. It'd be interesting if this, like, actually mattered. Like, depending on who you cured at what point and when, like, it changed something slightly.
Our isolation has ended.
Meet with Khadgar and Suramar. Yeah, completing these quests keeps giving me Nightfall and rep, so I'm definitely going to hit Exalted with them during this, like, double rep month, I guess, right? It's until pre-patch comes out, right? Which should not take long to hit Exalted at this current rate. Oh yeah, you can go up there, I'm a dumbass. That's so much faster. Gotta pull all the random mobs while you run up here.
How fortunate.
There is much to be done. Trust, thank you for coming.
Oh wow, it's a lot of stuff
We
here.
are here to discuss our mutual interests.
I remember where you're the storm of war. How do we know you won't betray us and become the next Elephant? We do not intend to be slaves to the Night World. We seek to drive the legions of Suramar and put an end to Elephant's oppression. The Khaldori will fight to see the legion defeated and the Night World destroyed. Beyond that, we shall see where the legion leads.
For this round, your knowledge of the enemy will be crucial in the battle ahead. We shall call on you as needed.
Oh, is this why they go Horde? Cause, fucking Tyrande an asshole? Rescue insurgents. Enter the Grand Promenade and slay 15 defenders. Locate the scouts in the promenade. What is going on over there with that orc? Might just do this, this quest line and leave it where it is. Who's this rare here as well? Just gonna kill them for quick reward. Who do I actually need to kill here? Oh, these guys. Okay. Well, that's not difficult.
No, it is not my time.
think once we've got this mount, and whatever amount I find to fill that last slot, I think I might just spend the rest of the streams gold farming and doing the last little bits I need, like farming up the stuff in Lich King and Burning Crusade and stuff. Like the stuff that has basically nothing to do with mount farming or like direct progression, but it's kind of for my own completion. There we go, that's all the defenders dealt with. What else we gotta do here? Find a sentinel. Fuck's sake. Stay still, let me save you. How do I get into this building then? Front door? Yes. Hello. Apparently not. Okay, guess I'll go around the back then. The upside. This is the last insurgent I need to find. Cool. Oh, good now. Oh, okay, I didn't see that portal there before. Am I blind, or was that just not there before? How do I destroy the portal then? I guess read the quest text and you probably know, but I'm too busy. I guess that's something to do with absorbing the crystals, probably. What do I go through the ball? Destroy the crystal will stop them temporarily, but this means you never know the person controlling them. I had the overseer anger. Right, I just have to wait for it to spawn. I thought I was missing something with like breaking the portal or whatever. Oh, I just have to find the last guy who's all the way over the other side. Down to 4,000 already. That didn't take long. I think I might just try and finish this like next step in the thing, whatever it is, an elven problem. And we'll wrap up the stream there, just because that feels like a good point to kind of end things on. Oh, is he going to be up there and not? Yep, okay, he's up. This mount clips into the ground quite a lot as it moves, doesn't it? Well, that's cool. Actually feels like a proper like garden and fancy places where they have like rock paths that you can weave through. Quests? Yes. I actually really like this playlist. That's a good one. I'm going to find more stuff like this. I also really need to get the Horde one of these, but I don't want to have to redo all of Nashatar's rep grinding just to get essentially a mount in a better colour. use a thing to defeat some other guy. I'm pretty sure I can probably one-shot him with just a regular gun, dude, but... I guess if I need to use a staff thingy, I will. Oh, I'm guessing I need to use it to, like, get rid of his bubble. Yeah. Oh. I think a suicide elemental just tried to kill me. I don't think it worked out very well for him.
Victory lies ahead.
Down to 3,000, we've done half of it already. Damn, we're almost exalted with the Nightfall one. Then all I have to do is complete the storyline, and I've got all the unlock requirements to get them now, I guess? I don't know if that works. Be interesting, because technically all my characters get the progress for doing it, right? Because it's a shared rep. It's not like a faction-specific one. Defeat the arm of the... okay. It's, this way. Okay. I always find that weird when you walk near pet battles and you can just see all of the nameplates from everything all at once. Odd. I do like that bit though, where the trees are like growing up the side of the force field because they can't push through or whatever. That's really cute. You get the tree like burning on the thing. Nice.
How fortunate.
Oh, is that the Guardian for rounds? May as well just kill that on the way through. The thing I actually need to kill is slightly off to the left too. Oh, is that a toy? Nope, it's mana. Well, that was boring. I was expecting to get a toy from killing the elite. I did pick this one up earlier, the crystalline campfire. I'm hoping it operates on a separate timer to the actual campfire thing, so that way I can put down as many campfires as I need, like in quick succession if I mess something up or whatever, or I need one again. Be helpful for cooking, which I haven't done since I leveled. I'm pretty sure I've got like almost maxed cooking for like classic cooking, whatever. Yeah, 300, and I've almost maxed out Outland and then did some in Pandaria and I just haven't done it since. I just didn't really feel any need to in burning Battle for Azeroth. Not in the content I did anyway. I feel like my warrior probably needs it more than anything. He feels real squishy without like buffs and healing items, whereas my hunter has way more self-sustain. There we go, an elven problem. Cool. So I'm gonna head back to the cave thing for this, and probably leave it there for now. But thank you guys for watching. We unfortunately didn't get a mount this stream, but we did get a nice, what, 8,000 goldish, technically. Because I spent a bunch of it before the stream, which is why it was off. But still, almost 10,000 gold. It's pretty good. Hopefully next stream we'll do the same thing again. But on the warrior, I might have to literally take off half the warrior's armor just so he doesn't instantly die to all the corruption he's got on. Because as much corruption as he's got on to boost up his gear, he still isn't strong enough to kill the like final boss of the thing to get the cape. So I can't get rid of the corruption, because he needs like healing items and food and stuff. It's just, it's a whole mess, honestly. But hopefully we can get that done. That'll be a good point. And some extra gold, and if not, we can do it on the hunter easily. Just might have to kill bosses a bit slower, that's all. Hopefully 30,000 gold this week just from doing that, and then maybe an extra 25,000 here and there from selling mounts. So should be pretty good on the gold front. So thank you guys for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.